Blender teams are all anybody is talking about on all of the Discords and the Facebooks and the private guild chats and everything. But what are they? How good are they? And which is the best? Is there a best? Or does it even matter? Well, let's chat about it a little bit in today's video. Just as soon as we finish off this, Martha. Maybe. There we go.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Blender teams, what they are, the best ones, the exciting ones to be using, and team leveling efficiency, because that's actually ultimately my goal, is to have fun, right? Number one in a video game is to have fun. Got to keep that in mind, guys. You know, it's a game, but you have to be mad, just like the intro said. And also, what's the most efficient, right? What's the heroes that you can level up, the least amount of heroes that you can level up to be successful in Hero Wars Dominion Era. Before we get into all of that, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. They have partnered with me to give my community, you guys, an exclusive opportunity for 4 incredible epic champions as you level up your account. This is an exclusive offer only available if you use the URL that's linked in the description box down below or the pinned comment. Completing the tutorial unlocks Uugo, then epic support champion. At level 25, you get Tagoar, an excellent reviver, and a speed booster. The perfect tank comes in at level 45, the Grizzled Jarl, an epic defender. He's going to protect your team. And this guy's absolutely gorgeous. And finally, at max level, you get Chonoru, who's an epic attack champion, to round out the 4 champion team. That's not all. On day 1, since all this is from a URL, not a promo code, you can get the legendary Void champion to an Iraq. Not only does this Desert Queen look absolutely incredible, she's got high base stats, some incredible enemy debuffs, and some team heals, but Radiant Suffering is the reason why I bring her. 50% decrease attack and a block buff, and spreads 2 random debuffs from the target to all enemies. And if that wasn't enough, her increased defense and increased speed buff to all allies is one of the strongest in the game. I started a brand new YouTube channel to document my exploration of this game, and it's a couple of months in at this point. I'm really having a great time with it. Right now, my focus is completing all of the Arbiter missions as quickly as possible. It takes about a month to do them all to unlock another legendary Void support champion, the Arbiter, one of the fastest champions in the entire game. This champion takes some players months to unlock. Don't miss out on this unbeatable offer. Use our link or QR code when signing up for Raid Shadow Legends to claim your 5 free champions. Level up your game and dominate the battlefield from day 1. And if you'd like to join me, subscribe to New Raiders Only. Check the description for the channel URL as well as the available promo codes. And let the adventures begin. Now, with the addition of Lyria to the game, we have variety and options like we never have before. You can say what you will about Dante. He was designed poorly, all right? Between Dante's skills and his high dodge and the dodge to energy change that was added to the game a couple of years back, Dante created a game environment that was very oppressive, and it was very it was bad for the design space. It made it so that a lot of physical attacking heroes, like Kira, for example, you just didn't see them. You just didn't see them that often anymore. Like, they're good, but you just don't see them because Dante was in 75% of all of the teams on defense, right? And this can be said for a lot of physical attacking heroes. You know, I've been seeing Foxes and Daredevils and Artemises. Heck, even my Kark is making a little bit of a comeback whenever it comes to physical attacking teams. But the Blender style of team is an interesting design choice that was made up by, I don't even know who made it up. But the whole idea behind a Blender comes from the ultimate that Kira throws out. Her spinning blade attack looks a lot like the blades in a blender, right? And so the whole team is focused on keeping Kira alive and boosting her damage output, so that she can do the damage to the enemy team and, you know, kill them quickly, destroy them quickly. It's a great strategy on offense. It's not as good on defense, especially if you have a little bit of armor artifacts, a little bit of control, or even a little bit of dodge. But of course, we have Lyria that was added that pairs very well with Kira, undeniable synergy with Lyria. And that kind of changes things, okay? The original Blender team needed somebody to stand in front of Kira. Needed somebody to, because Kira is so weak. She's so fragile. She's a glass cannon as you would call her. She does high damage, but she has low survivability, low self-defense, low heals, all of that. There are a lot of other heroes that we'll talk about in a second that has a better role for that. But with Lyria, we have the Bonds of Alliance, which adds a 20% vampirism to the highest physical attack ally and a bonus to physical attack of 10,000 if that ally is undead. Kira is undead. It's natural. It's a naturally great combo, and why not? You know, it's something that a lot of people wish that they could go back to. Now, with all that being said, heroes like Kira have a downside, okay? And these attacks, she has Dancing Blades and the Blade Whirlwind, it's good. The Dancing Blades is good, right? Attack can ricochet between enemies. The ricocheting blade deals 25% of basic attack damage on each hit, but it's also kind of a downside. This is what causes her to be less good than some of the other heroes in the Blender setup. It charges the whole enemy team a lot faster without having that much damage done to them. All right, there are heroes that do a lot of area of effect damage, like Amira, like Dante is another example, like Kark, like Lars, I guess. And the damage output is very high, and it's effective damage. But yes, that does cause the enemy to gain energy as well. But this Dancing Blade just isn't a very effective damage. Now, it does do bonus pure damage because of the Violet ability and all of that. But I want to talk about Blender teams just in general, because I think that there's a common misconception when it comes to team building that there's one specific way to build a team, and that's just simply not true. Let's go back to this fight. I don't mean to pick on this one team here, but this is just something that we can use. Now, you saw me win just a second ago, a couple of times with this team. If we take out Kira, right, and we add in any other support hero or a hero to keep Lyria alive. Let's just throw in Fafnir, like whatever. Let's just throw in Fafnir. You're going to see that this damage output, Nebula boosting a damage dealing hero, is often going to be enough versus generally every defense that you're going to come across. Okay. And there are a lot of heroes that you could just slot in to this position, and it works out very well. You can use a hero like Ishmael in its place. I hate to pick on that one team, so let's find somebody else that we can attack into. Let's use our example of the Lyria Blender version here, and then I'm gonna attack into it with a Lyria Blender here, just to kind of show you. Lyria, of course, is really strong against Dante. And this is one of the things that I want to talk about as far as team building. You have to have options. So a common denominator that you're going to see in a lot of these teams is Nebula, Sebastian, and a couple of support heroes in the back. Now, if I swap this, let's see, change attacking team. If I add in the Kira here, okay, and we'll switch this to Vex. Okay, now I still have an opportunity to win here very easily, but it's not because I have Kira here. And in fact, you can see the Kira version is actually less good. That's really kind of unfortunate. Let's pick another team here to go up against. Let's try this one right here. All right, so there are other versions that you can go into with this, and none of them really make a ton of difference because they're all going to effectively do the same thing. They're all, usually all of them are built around these heroes right here, Nebula, Sebastian, and then a number of support heroes that go behind them. Fafnir is a common choice. Jet is a common choice, boosting the physical attack, boosting the critical hit rate, all of that. There is another whole version of Blender that is newer and more common, but it's going to be less good for the average player that is a newer player because of the existence of Lara Croft. Lara is, in my opinion, a slightly higher utility marksman than Kira, and Kark is not a marksman, but she's got more utility than a lot of physical attackers. And I like her, especially when there's no Sebastian, especially when there's no chorus, okay? And that kind of plays into the conversation. There is no best Blender, okay? There just isn't. There is having the correct heroes leveled up for the defenses that you see or commonly attack into at the time. The Nebula, Sebastian, Lara, Aiden, in my opinion, is the Blender with the highest options that is in the game right now. The attacking hero can be Ninja Turtles, if you have them. It can be Tristan. It could be Elmir. It could be Ching Mao, right? Let's try Ching Mao here. Let's see what happens. Okay, I should have changed a couple more of the pets on here. The hero that's in the attacking position is going to be varied depending on who you're going up against. And in this instance, the attacking team, whatever. Ching Mao is perfectly fine here. I think Kark is probably a little too slow for this. I think Ishmael could be good, but you have this Amira on the enemy team, so using a critical hit focused Blender team is probably a bad idea if they are agility heroes, because she counters critical hit agility heroes. So in this instance, I would actually probably want to use the Lyria version, because Lyria is a strength-based hero. Any critical hits that Lyria gets will still land, right? And there's nothing that Amira can do to stop it. It just has to be enough damage to get to that Amira before she blows up your team. So that's where everybody else comes in. The area of effect stuns and just kind of getting through it. We may still lose here because we're definitely not doing nearly enough damage. Okay, so we won. We won there. So having the options is really the key. Having the options is really the key. And there's a lot of different ways to decide about having, or what options to have. Obviously, your server is going to be different than everybody else's, and the types of guilds that you go up against in your guild war is going to be different from everybody else's. But if you take a look at the blog, I've got the best teams for Osh, and you kind of scroll down this list. You see Nebula, Sebastian, Lara Croft, top of the list there. You see Ching Mao in here. You see Aiden in here. You see Dante. This last team is kind of a throwaway team. I wouldn't like it. What you don't see here is Lyria, because Lyria came out after this blog post was made, and we're still not sure where Lyria is going to be in the Osh fight. And you don't see Kira anywhere. Now, Kira is good. Kira is capable versus Osh, right? So it's not like Kira is a waste to level up. The same can be said for Ishmael, though. Ishmael is good against Osh, but he's not that great. So arguably, is he an efficient hero to level up? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. If we go back and look at the Maestro teams, the top Maestro teams that we see right now, again, no Kira because there's no Lyria in any of these, right? Because it's a newer team set. There's a lot of heroes here that you could consider leveling that are really strong against Maestro that would work in a Blender style team. You can see, Fox is a bad example. You see, there's Yasmin, good choice there. You have Satori's actually really good as a Blender. You have Zhu. Let's see, a lot of Aiden's. There's Kark. This is probably we're still trying to figure out the best teams for Maestro. I think there's still room to find some of the better teams for Maestro, but a lot of the heroes that you use in a Blender team are here. You just got to be mindful of who you're spending your resources on. Obviously, if the Ishmael teams are your favorites, right, then you should definitely be using Ishmael. The problem is sometimes they're just not that good. Like against this team, it's just not that good. But when it really boils down to it, the best Blender, it doesn't exist, because there is no best team in Hero Wars. And again, the combo of Bonds of Alliance, Lyria's green skill with Kira, absolutely undeniable that it's a very, very strong ability. But it's not always going to be the best team to attack with, or be using on defense. So options, having options is the best Blender team. I prefer a little slower utility control kind of Blender team, but other people prefer the really fast attacking Ching Mao tank Blender team. It just really depends. It just really depends on what you see on defense. And with Lyria in the game now, you're going to see a lot fewer Dante tank teams on defense, which means that you can use your Ishmaels and your Ching Maos and your your Daredevils and your Foxes and all of those to make different versions of the Blender team, right? But if you are considering trying out a new game, I think Raid Shadow Legends is a nice segue from Hero Wars. And again, check out the link that is in the description box down below and in the pinned comment. You can join my guild if you like over there, or my clan rather, over on Raid Shadow Legends. We do live stream Monday through Friday most weeks. Check out the schedule that is on screen now. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.